Before the arena lights shine, before the crowds fill the stands, it begins with a dream. A kid who watches, a coach who believes, a player who inspires.
Jadoni playing with Adonis, double fighter. Adonis!
A practice becomes a passion, a player becomes an inspiration, and a fan begins to dream. Rides can wait, meetings can wait, because moments like these don't.
Woo!
Basketball isn't just played inside an arena. It lives on dusty courts, in crowded streets, in homes gathered around the screen. It's in every neighborhood, bringing strangers together, turning quiet moments into unforgettable ones. Every game, every story, every fan, across nations, only on Okapi.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Okapi Sport Network. This is 2026 Rwanda Basketball League Playoffs Women's category. And today we're going to be watching KEPLER Women Basketball Club versus the Hoops Rwanda Women Basketball Club. And the first game was won by the Hoops. Today we're going to see if KEPLER is going to bounce back stronger. And it is tip-off time. And it is the Hoops' ball position. And KEPLER is playing pressing full court. That's Feza Ibengo with the ball facing a tough defense by two. Chooses on Rebecca. Passes the ball to Vestine. Goes out for a three, but she can't get it to go. And that's 2 points by Hope Butera. Number 88 for KEPLER. KEPLER with 2 points so far to 0 for the Hoops. Rebecca going out for a 2-point bucket, and she gets it smoothly. And that was an N1 bucket as well. He's going on the free throw line for one more. That was an unlucky shot there by Chooses on Rebecca. That's Awasamak playing with number 9. The ball is up to Feza Ibengo. Faces a tough defense there. That's Kepler's ball position after a very beautiful rebound there by Nelly Akaliza. Koulibaly Kadiatu there with a crossover, goes up and she's off the mark. Vivian number 0 there, looking for Awasamak. Kicks the ball to number 9, Vestine, goes up for a 3, but she can't get it to go. And this is gonna be Kepler's ball position. That's Koulibaly Kadiatu, number 12 with the ball. Kicks the ball in the corner to Dian to Koulibaly, back to Nelly. Nelly going up. And that was Vivian going out for a 3. But unfortunately, she touched the line. And this is going to be Kepler's ball position. Kepler now leading with 2 points. 4-2 is the score so far. 7 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock for this first quarter of the game. That's Koulibaly Kadiatu, kicks the ball in the corner to Dian, goes up, but she can't get it to go. That's Vivian going up. She is off the target. Dian there in the corner. Drives, kicks the ball to Hop. Up to Akaliza, Nelly to Hop. And the ball was out as Hop Butera was trying to play with Koulibaly Kadiatu. But the defense there was locked down. That was a bucket there by the Hoops runner. It's going to be 4-4, 6 minutes and 50 seconds there on the clock. That's Nelly Akariza going out for a 2-point third, but she can get it to go. And it's going to be the Hoops' ball position. That's Vivian. She swings the ball to Awasamak. Awasamak kicks the ball to Feza. Feza there playing with his Vestine number 9. That's Feza Ibengo going out for a 3 as she was fighting with those seconds there. The shot clock violation was knocking, and that was a tough decision there. And that was an unlucky bounce. Koulibaly Kadiatu going up with a reverse layup, and she gets it smoothly. That's going to be 6 points for Kepler to 4 for the Hoops Ronda. That's Vestine with the ball, playing with Feza. Feza to Awasamak, who was the best scorer last game with 13 points. That's a fall on her when she was trying to drive and create a play to Feza. And this is going to be the Hoops' ball position. Vestine looking for Feza. Feza goes out for a 2-point jumper, but the ball rims out. That's Nelly with the ball, looking for Koulibaly. Koulibaly back to Nelly. Nelly to Koulibaly. And the first one is off the target. And this is going to be the Hoops' ball position. And it is the substitution there on Nelly Nsanzabaganwa as Bjukusenge Christian enters the court. Awasamak there with the ball, Passes on the screen, goes up for a floater, and she claims it. That's gonna be 6 points for the hoops to 11 for Kepler. Abutera there at the top of the key with the ball. Swings it to Diane. Diane to Kevin. Kevin looking for someone to play with, but that was a tough decision from Christian as she goes up for a deep shot, but she can't get it to go. And it's gonna be Kepler's ball position. That's gonna be the Hoops' ball position. Double digit there by Kepler. The Hoops still has 6 points. Rebecca, they're facing a lockdown defense by 2. And the ball is out to Samak Awa, goes up for a deep ball, but she can't get it to go. And the ball is picked by Quizera Nicole. Takes the step, goes up and gets it. That's gonna be 8 for the Hoops to 11 for Kepler. Only 3 minutes remaining on the clock for this first quarter of the game. Christian Bukusen just swings the ball to Hope. Hope to Diane. Diane with a drive there. That was a tight defense on her. Face a Bengal with the ball. Behind the back, goes out for a layup. Gets it! Oh my goodness, what a center. There's a lot of moves there. Really showing up in this game. A very beautiful catch up there for the Hoops. 10 points to 11. The Hoops cutting the lead to only 1 point. That's Kevin. And that was a travel by Kevin Morera. And he's gonna be the Hoops' ball position. Even there playing with Tetani called Pitonda, one of the best players last game. And that's a beautiful spin move there by Chuzo Rebecca. And she's now taking the lead with the whole team. 12 points to 11 is the score. Now the Hoops taking the lead with 1 point. 12 to 11 is the score. Only 1 minute and 58 seconds on the clock for this first quarter of the game. And currently the Hoops is trying to play the full court pressing to see if they can give a tough time to Kepler. These 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining in this first quarter of the game. That's Epifani with the ball. Being pressed there by Raisa, almost a steal. And that's a steal there by Vivine. Oh my goodness, goes up, gets it smoothly. The Hoops taking the lead with 3 good points. 13 to 11 is the score. A tough defense there on Kepler. They're struggling to get a bucket and also to play in the paint because they're playing tight marking there. That's Epifani looking for Kevin. Kevin there looking for Asuma Wizeye, goes up. But the ball runs out. And that's a foul on Asuma. And it's gonna be a side ball there. The Hoops with a lot of focus in this first quarter of the game. Playing so hard to see if they can even bring this game home, as they already have 1-0. And that's Epifani there. Play with Moreira. Kevin goes up, but that was a baby shot. That's 14 points to 11 for Kepler. Vivian there with the ball, looking for Teta. Teta looking for Vivian. Vivian trying to play with face like Bengo. Bengo to Nicole, goes out for a 3. But this shot was so strong to go. Only 39 seconds remaining on the clock for this first quarter of the game. 14 to 11 is the score so far. That's Butera with the ball. A crossover there. That's a handoff to Asuma. Asuma handoff as well to Tiambi Kusenge. That was a beautiful defense there by Atete Raisa, number 13. The team captain for the national team under 18. 14 to 11 is the score so far. It's been 1 minute since both teams don't score. That's Deborah Hautarama looking for Chrétien at the top of the key, trying to create a play. Very tight defense there on Kepler. All the times they are fighting with seconds. And it is the end of the first quarter of the game. 14 to 11 is the score. The Hoops Rwanda taking the lead in this first quarter of the game. They really started in a bad way, but they've got to catch up in this game. And they currently leads the game with 3 good points. And they've been playing a very good defense, a tight one. I mean, a lockdown one to Kepler. And Kepler is actually struggling to score because they have been stealing a lot of balls there from Kepler. And that made their offense very easy. 2 fast breaks that comes from the turnovers that are made by Kepler. And it is a beautiful play there by those young ladies. The Hoops is that team that doesn't have big names, but all those players are very young, confident. They've also got a lot of opportunities that would help their basketball journey and development, especially because many of them used to play for the national team. There is also the young lady, Rebecca Chuzuzo, who've got a scholarship to study in the US because of basketball. And many of the other girls there, like Piton and Nicole, went for different camps internationally just to develop his basketball skills. I mean, her basketball skills. There is those young ladies, Atete Raisa, there is Vivine. They all went for the national team, under 18 and under 16 as well. They've got a lot of experience because of playing many international competitions, as well as 3-on-3 basketball that was held in Tunisia. They did a lot of things in basketball, even though they're young, but their CVs are so interesting in this basketball journey. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second half of the game. Kepler versus the Hoops Rwanda. The Hoops currently leading the game with 3 good points. That's Vivian going out for a 3, but she can't get it to go. And the ball is picked by Kepler's center, Asuma Uizeye. Suma swings the ball to Deborah. She goes up for a 3. Well, the shot was too strong. And the ball is picked by the Hoops' point guard, Vivian, number 0. She's looking for Tezai Bengo. Goes up. Goes out for a second chance, but she can get it to go as well. Tight defense there on Kepler. They are really struggling to get a bucket or to play in the paint. They are all playing outside, and that's a shot taken by the border. But she can't get it to go. Tete Raisa there with the ball. Looking for Vivian. Vivian to Rebecca. Goes up. But the ball rims out. Go off to Diane. Goes up for a three. But she can't connect. And the first one sinks. The Hoops extending the lead to 15 to 4 points. 15 to 11 is the score so far. There is the substitution there on Kepler's side as Kevin gets out and she's subbed by Nelly Akaliza. Tete Raisa going out for a three, but she can get it to go. And that's a travel by Diane Izerimana. And he's gonna be the Hoops' ball position. The Hoops today with a lot of confidence after securing their first win in the best of 5 series in the semifinals. And it's going to be KEPLER's time out in this second quarter of the game, ladies and gentlemen. The Hoops today came in with a lot of confidence after securing their first win with 10 good points. And today they're looking forward to secure the second one as well. If they get the third, they'll be advancing to the finals. And later today, we're going to be watching APR versus Rwanda Energy Group Women Basketball Club. They'll be playing also their second game of the semifinals, as the first one was won by Rwanda Energy Group. I think today APR really has a strong assignment to work on, because if they get the second one as well, they will only be fighting for one more win. Then they advance to the finals. So as KEPLER also have an assignment to win this game. Otherwise, they're going to be struggling to win 3 consecutive games. And the players are back from the timeout. The Hoops Rwanda taking the lead with 4 good points. And it's KEPLER's ball position. Nelly with the ball, doing a handoff there to Sanzawaganwa. Sanzawaganwa play with Asuma. Asuma gets up for a layup. Looking for an N1 bucket, but that was unlucky bounce. She's going on the free throw. Have a good season this year after leaving APR. As she played for APR for a very long time. At this time, she decided to join KEPLER, but her performance wasn't outstanding as the Asuma that we know in APR as well as the national team. She is unlucky on both shots. And the ball is picked by the hoops. That's Vivian looking for Nicole. Nicole there passes the ball to Feza. Feza kicks the ball to Atete. Raisa goes out for a deep shot. She can't get it to go, and the ball is picked by Nicole. Feza Ibengo goes out for a 2-point jumper, and she gets it. The ball kisses the glass and falls down. And that's 17-11. The hoops round extending the lead to 6 points. That's Nelly Sanzawaganwa taking tough decision to play. Seems like Kepler's play has been failing to enter the paint, but Nelly Sanzawaganwa with a lot of experience after playing in this league for over 6 good years. Being a leader in the court as she played for different teams like APR, she also played for RP South, and she's now playing for Kepler. She is unlucky on the first shot as well. Kepler unlucky today on the free throw line as they lost 4 in 4. That's gonna cost them a lot. That was an easy money for good points. At least they could have made 2. That's Atete Raisa going out for a 3, but she can't get it to go. And that's another bucket by Feza Ibengo, the center, really showing up in this game. 19-11 is the score. Deborah Hautarama going out for a 2-point jumper, but the ball rims out. And that's Feza Ibengo there with a spin move. Hits the ball to Atete Raisa. There was a technical issue that is being fixed. And the players are back in the court after a technical timeout. And it's gonna be Kepler's ball position. 19-11 is the score. Asuma Uize drains the first free throw, and it's gonna be 12 for Kepler to 19 for the Hoops women basketball. Asuma trying to cut the lead to only 7 points. And she drains the second as well, and she's going back for the last free throw. And she gets the last one as well, and that's 14 to 19. Kepler cutting the lead up to 5 points only. That's still to Nelly and Sansa. They are facing a tough defense. Passes the ball to Hope. Hope to Asuma. Goes up for a deep ball. But that was unlucky bounce. 19 to 14 is the score. Kepler trying to cut the lead to only 5 points. That was an attempt on a 2-point jumper there by Rebecca, but she can't connect. Nelly Akaliza there with the ball. So that's a fall on her by Ernestine. That's a substitution there on the Hoops side as Vestine enters the court. Another sub there on Kepler's side as Asuma Uize gets out and Kevin is back in the court. Spin move there. But that was a steal by Ernestine. Looking for Kutonda. Nicole passes the ball to Chizuzo. Chizuzo to Ernestine. Ernestine goes up. But that was a travel. The game getting intense here. And it is the other timeout for the Hoops Women Basketball Club. Now the Hoops is struggling to get some points because Kepler also tried to strengthen their defense towards them. And they really need to find a way of sorting these out. Otherwise, Kepler will keep on cutting the lead. And if they continue to score as they started to catch up, they might even win the game. Last time when two teams met, Kepler dominated the paint with 49 rebounds to 42 for the Hoops, and the offensive rebounds for Kepler were 19, whereby 17 were for the Hoops, and the second chance points were for Kepler because they got 19 to 14, and the points in the paint, Kepler got 22 to 18, whereby the free throw attempts were 24 for Kepler. I mean, they got 24, and the Hoops got 11. But when it comes to 3 points, Kepler, the Hoops rounded really short up with 13 3-pointers. Awusa Mark was there, a sharpshooter, and Nicole as well. And that's another turnover. The Hoops rounded picking the ball. And that's Teta Nicole trying to get a play there. Hand off to Feza. Feza playing back with Nicole. Nicole to Feza. Feza kicks the ball to Ernestine. Kicks the ball to Rebecca. And that's going to be the shot clock violation. Both teams struggling to score. Both teams being so tough in defense. Butera there swings the ball to Sanzabaganwa to Kevin. A beautiful play there. Sanzabaganwa looking for Butera. Spin move there. Joseph. But that was a tough defense on Hope. And the ball position is going to be for Kepler. But then Gaga say that the ball position is for the Hoops. Another substitution there as Ernestine goes out and Natete Raisa comes back in the court. 19 to 14 is the score. Only 3 minutes and 12 seconds remaining on the clock for this second quarter of the game. And that's a steal there by Raisa. Raisa playing with Rebecca. Rebecca goes up, but that was a foul on her. And she's going back on the free throw line. The Hoops run the basketball, getting a lot of chances to go on the free throw line and also to extend the lead. And the first one is drained by Chuzuzo Rebecca. 20 to 14 is the score. The lead getting back to 6 points. That's another 2-point bucket there by Chuzuzo Rebecca after a very quick spin move there. That was a beautiful chemistry. But this team was off the target. The game getting intense here. Kepler trying to catch up. And that's a substitution on Kevin as Kolibali Kariatu comes back in the court. Swings the ball to Nelia Kaliza. Nelia Kaliza goes out for a 2-point jumper. But she can't connect. And the ball is picked by Hobutera. And that's another turnover. And that's a block on Ernestine by Sanzabaganwa. And that's a technical foul on Kepler's bench. After complaining that and it is Kepler's a timeout. Coach Carlos not too happy with the calls from the refs. And after complaining with the whole bench, they gave him a technical fault. Only 2 minutes remaining for this second quarter of the game. The Hoops Rwanda taking the lead. 22 points to 14 is the score so far. And the players are back after timeout. That's a turnover there by the hoops for the inbound there. Communication wasn't good. Nelly and Sanzawaganwa playing with Koulibaly, Kariatu to Nelly Akaliza. Nelly Akaliza to Hope. Hope to Sanzawaganwa. Sends the ball to Koulibaly, Kariatu goes up, but that was a baby shot. And there is a then one bucket there by Hope Butera. She was going for a putback. And that was an N1 bucket to her. She's going on the free throw line for one more. 16-22 is the score. Kepler cutting the lead to 6 points. And she drains it as well. That's going to be 17-22. The lead coming back to only 5 points. The hoops rounders ball position there. Keaton Daniko with a long pass to Rebecca. Rebecca to Awasama goes up for a three. But she can't connect. And the ball is picked by Ernestine. The hoops they are fighting so hard. Goes up for a floater. But she can connect. And that's Rebecca going up for a putback, and she gets it. That's going to be 24-17. The hoops, women basketball, extending the lead to 7 good points. That's Nelly Akaliza there playing with Koulibaly Kariatu. That's a push and fall on Koulibaly Kariatu. And he's going to be shooting 2 for Koulibaly Kariatu. Only 51 seconds remaining on the clock for this second quarter of the game. She drains the first one. And she drains the second as well. That's going to be 19-24. That was another technical issue that was being fixed as the seconds were not going. Only 50 seconds remaining on the clock for this second quarter of the game. 24-19 is the score. I was marked there going out for a three, but she can't connect. And she steals the ball, passes it to Rebecca. Rebecca to face a bingo, goes out for a three, but she can't connect as well. 24-19 is the score. Only 25 seconds remaining on the clock for this second quarter of the game. And that's gonna be shooting two for Kepler, as they already entered in the bonus. Another substitution there on the hoops side as Quitonda Nicole gets out and she's subbed by Ernestine, number 5 for the hoops. On the first ball, rims out for Nelly in Sanzabaganwa. And she trains the second. And that's gonna be 20-24. I was marked there with the ball, goes up for a floater. And she can connect. And the ball is picked by Chuzuzo Rebecca. Lin Sanzabaganwa going out for a layup, gets it, and that's gonna be 22-24. And ladies and gentlemen, it is the end of the first half of the game. The hoops still leading the game with 2 good points. 24-22 is the score. And Kepler really played hard in this second quarter of the game, as they played a very, very good defense on the hoops. They tried to stop them from scoring. They even increased their scoring rate, which really pushed them to only being led by 2 good points. And ladies and gentlemen, it is the end of the first half. Let's take a break as we are coming back for the second half of the game. Kepler versus the Hoops Women Basketball Club.
Before the arena lights shine, before the crowds fill the stands, it begins with a dream. A kid who watches, a coach who believes, a player who inspires.
Adoni playing with Adonis, Jabal Filer.
A practice becomes a passion, a player becomes an inspiration, and a fan begins to dream. Rides can wait, meetings can wait, because moments like these don't. Basketball isn't just played inside an arena. It lives on dusty courts, in crowded streets, in homes gathered around the screen. It's in every neighborhood, bringing strangers together, turning quiet moments into unforgettable ones. Every game, every story, every fan, across nations, only on Okapi. Before the arena lights shine, before the crowds fill the stands, it begins with a dream. A kid who watches, a coach who believes, a player who inspires.
Adoni playing with Adonis, Jabal Filer.
A practice becomes a passion, a player becomes an inspiration, and a fan begins to dream. Rides can wait, meetings can wait, because moments like these don't. Basketball isn't just played inside an arena. It lives on dusty courts, in crowded streets, in homes gathered around the screen. It's in every neighborhood, bringing strangers together, turning quiet moments into unforgettable ones. Every game, every story, every fan, across nations, only on Okapi.
Oli Kariatu there goes out for a 2-point jumper, but she can't connect. And that's Feza Ibengo there with the ball. And that's a block on her. Sanzabagarma and Nelly there playing a tough defense on her. A very beautiful pass there to Hope Butera. Goes up, but she can't get it to go. Even there, attempting a deep ball there, but she can't get it to go. The team goes up, but that was a baby shot. 26-24 is the score. Both teams struggling to score here. The scoring rate for both teams has been an issue. Only 26-24 is the score. Koulibaly Kariatu there passes the ball to Nelly Sanzabagarunga, goes up for a deep shot and she gets it smoothly. That's gonna be 28-26. 27-26. Kepler taking the lead with 1 point. Even there with the ball, looking for Feza Ibengo, but that was a tough defense on her. That was the mark there. Goes up, but she can't connect. Dion there is Irimana, goes up for a 3, but she can't convert. That's Nalia Kaliza attempting a deep ball as well. Oh, she can't get it. Kepler players been struggling to score beyond the arc, and they have been also taking a lot of shots there. That was a kick out to Feza Ibengo, but she wasn't able to keep the ball. Feza Ibengo wasn't ready for that ball. He thought that Vestin was going all the way straight up to the basket. But when she found a tough defense there in the paint, she decided to kick the ball to Feza. Nelly and Sanzabaganwa there. Playing Koulibaly with to Dion to Hope. And that's another turnover. Kepler doing a lot of turnovers in this game. The Hoops runner also getting the ball, but struggling to score. They are playing a good defense there, trying to stop their fast breaks, as well as giving them a hard time. That was a deep ball there by Awush Samak, but she can't get it to go. Malin Sanzabaganwa there kicks the ball to Kaliza there in the corner, but she can't convert. Nelia Kaliza attempting for the second time. She can't convert as well. And that's gonna be an N1 back there on the putback on Koulibaly Kariatu. Extending the lead to 3 points. 29-26 is the score so far. The Hoops now struggling to play around those two centers for Kepler. That's gonna be a rebound to Koulibaly Kariatu as well. Nelly Sanzabagarma. Facing a tough defense there on the Hoops. A very good pass to Awis Samak, goes up, but she can't convert. Another basket there by Koulibaly Kariatu. Koulibaly Kariatu there being a problem to Kepler, to the Hoops. They are struggling to play with 3 centers, and now the coach of Kepler decided to bring them all. Deborah Hautarama, as well as Asuma Uizeye and Koulibaly Kariatu. That's Nelly Sanzabaganwa going out for a layup, and she gets it smoothly, and that's going to be 33-26. Kepler now taking the lead with 7 good points. The Hoops Women Basketball Club really needs to find a solution towards 3 centers that are playing for Kepler. because the coach have seen that playing beyond the arc is actually not bringing some good responses. So he decided to bring the three centers to see if they can play in the paint. And they also try to correct the rebounds because they have been trying to play the fast breaks, but they were all turnovers because the Hoops' point guards are so quick. I was been collecting, been doing a lot of steals as well as Vivin, so they really needed to find another way to sort it out because the Hoops been taking a lot of steals, even though they didn't make them productive. That's what gonna cost them a lot to come back in the game because they really needed to make sure that after taking that steal, making the steal, they really have to push the ball so quickly to the basket and they get to score as they did last time. But today it was very hard for them. So the coach, Kepler's coach have seen that as an opportunity, so he decided to bring three centers in the court at the same time. And the players are back from the timeout. Only 3 minutes and 46 seconds remaining on the clock for this third quarter of the game. Feza Ibengo going out for a 2-point jumper, but she can get it to go. A lot of things happening in here. And that's a very beautiful defense there. And that was a long pass there from Awusamak trying to do a fast break and play with Vivin. But the ball was so long and quick. Yukusenye going up there for a three-pointer. Just can't get it to go. That's Awusamak with the ball. Playing with Kitonda. Kitonda with Feze Bengo. Bengo goes up. That was a baby shot. And the ball is picked by Kitonda. Kitonda passes the ball back to Feza. Feza gets some then one back at there. That was a very beautiful play by Nicole Teta. A very good play there. And a great chemistry. That's a substitution on Vivin as Atete Raisa gets back in the court. Hoops trying to cut the lead. 28-33 is the score so far. And she joins it as well. And that's going to be 29-33. Boran Autarama swings the ball to Asuma. Asuma to Kretian. Kretian to Koulibaly. Koulibaly to Diane. And they were trying to play a pick and roll. But the communication went wrong there. And that was a tough defense by Feze Bengo. She even tried to steal the ball, but she wasn't able to keep it. And it's going to be Kepler's ball position. Koulibaly Kariatu there. Oh, she can connect. That was a baby shot there by Kritonda Nicole. Deborah swings the ball to Dion. Dion to Koulibaly. Koulibaly there passes the ball to Deborah. A very good chemistry there between these two. Deborah and Koulibaly. 29-35 is the score. Kepler taking the lead with 6 points. that was a charging for there. Asuma Wize there with the ball. Looking for Diane. Hand up there to Christian. Zerimana Diane going out for a deep ball, but she can't convert. And the ball is picked by Asuma Wize. Asuma playing with Deborah. Deborah to Diane. And that's a good defense there by Chuzuzo Rebecca on Diane. Trying to stop that pass. That was some mark there. Going to strike for 2 charity shots. 35-29 is the score. Kepler taking the lead with 6 good points. And it is a substitution on Izerimana Diane as Epiphany come back in the court. That's gonna be shooting 1 to our Samak. She can't connect. Asuma Wize there with the ball. Looking for Koulibaly Kariatu. Trying to create a play there, swings the ball to Epiphany. Epiphany goes there up to attempt a 2-point jumper, but she can't get it to go. I was Samak there with the ball. Looking for Atete Raisa there, goes up for a deep ball, but she can't get it to go. Both teams been struggling today to shoot beyond the arc. Last time, the Hoops was really doing an amazing job on the 3-point line as they got to 13 3-pointers as the whole team with the help of Teta Nicole and Awusu Mag, who has been shooting well beyond the arc in that game, but today it's different. And that's a 2-point bucket there by Christian. A beautiful play there by Byukusenge. 37-29 is the score. She's extending the lead to 8 good points. The Hoops round are really gonna need a lot of efforts to bounce back strong in this last quarter of the game we are heading into. And if Kepler continues to play this way, because now they are trying to attack the paint instead of shooting a lot of threes, and they are also trying to do a lot of passes so as to get someone who's gonna be free to attack the rim or even to go for a 2-point bucket, because they've got some tallest girls there who can try to fight in the paint. And they try to dominate the Hoops because the Hoops only have Rebecca Chuzuzo and Faiza Ibengo. Only those 2 girls can actually try to fight in the paint. When they met Deborah and when they meet Deborah in the paint, as well as Koulibaly Kariatu, who has been playing so well today, as she was playing for the Hoops last year. And that's when a lot of people get to know her. She had a very good season there, as she even pushed the team to the playoffs. And but then she decided to move to Kepler. So today she has to show the difference. And today she really had a good game compared to the first game that she played. She has been dominating the paint today and also doing a lot of drives. And she tried to create scoring opportunities to her teammates. It really helped the team so very much. And I think if coach continues to use those 3 centers from Kepler, is actually going to help the whole team, because that's the strength that they have, because The Hoops Rwanda can do the fast breaks. They have good point guards, but they also need to strengthen the centers, if I can say, because they only have two. But Kepler got more than even five because they have Hope, they have Koulibaly, they have all those names that I'm mentioning. They can play power forwards as the centers. So they have Butera Hope, they have Asuma Wize, they have now Tarama Deborah, they have Koulibaly, they have Nelly Akaliza. They all have they are capable for playing that position. And this is gonna be Kepler's ball position as well after a foul that was made on Christian Bukusenge. Koulibaly Kariatu going out for a three. Pash can connect, and the ball is picked by Hope Butera. And this is gonna be Kepler's ball position. Koulibaly there, Kariatu passes on the screen there by Hope, and that was a very beautiful play by Kepler. 39-29 is the score. Kepler extending the lead to 10 good points in this last quarter of the game. Tete and Laisa looking for Tese bang on there. That was a beautiful defense there by Hope. That's a 2-point bracket there by Chooses or Rebecca. 31-39 is the score. Suma Wize there with a handoff to Christian Bukusenge. Bukusenge there going up, and that's a turnover. Anderson Mark there playing with Ateta Raisa, goes out for a deep ball, but she can't get it to go. Koulibaly Kariatu there trying to drive, but she touched the line. It's gonna be the Hoops's ball position. Kepler taking the lead with 8 good points at 31-39 is the score so far. Now Samad goes up for a three. The shot was too strong to go. That's Koulibaly Kariatu with a handoff there to Sanzabagan Wanelli. That was unlucky bounce there. Hit on that Nicole there with that trap drive going up, but she can't get it to go. And the ball is picked by Nelly Sanzabagan there for Kepler, the team captain. Koulibaly Kariatu there with a jab. Passes the ball to Hope. Hope goes up, but she can't convert. The Hoops there with the ball. Always Samak with a bounce pass there to Rebecca. Spin move goes up, but she can't get it to go. Pifani there with the ball, passes it to Sanzabaganwa. Sanzabaganwa swings it to Asuma. Asuma feeds Hope. Hope to AP back to Hope. He passes the ball back to Epifani to Koulibaly. He goes up for a deep shot. Rush can get it to go, and the ball is picked by Hope Butera, and that's gonna be a 4-1 Hope Butera. And it's gonna be Kepler's ball position. Only 6 minutes and 45 seconds remaining on the clock. Nelly Sansebaganwa there. Very beautiful decision. But she can convert. Awesome mark there with the ball. Shakes the ball to Feza Ibengo, goes out for a 2-point jumper. She can convert. A lot of work here being done in the paint by Kepler centers Koulibaly Kariatu alongside Hopotera. And that's Nelly Sansebaganwa at the top of the key looking for Koulibaly. Koulibaly going up. She got fouled on. And she's going on a strike for 2 Charlotte shots. 39-31 is the score. And that's a sub on Kepler's side as Asuma Wize and Hopotera gets out. And they are subbed by Nelly Akaliza and Deborah Nhaltarama. And she sinks the first. And that's going to be 40-31. Only 6 minutes and 6 seconds remaining on the clock for this last quarter of the game. And we get to know who's going to win. But Kepler already is knocking to the win tonight. There's a Bengal there. Trying to play with Nelly to Vivin to Quitonda. Quitonda Nicole passes the ball to Vivin to Rebecca. Rebecca goes up and gets it. Rebecca been dominating the paint today, bringing the experience all the way from the US and also the national team under 18 that she played in back in 2024. And that's going to be a foul on Koulibaly Kariatu. (33-40) is the score. Only 5 minutes and 26 seconds on the clock, ladies and gentlemen, remaining for this last quarter of the game. Kepler versus the Hoops. Koulibaly Kariatu passes the ball to Deborah. Deborah to Nelly. Goes out for a deep ball. But that was a baby shot. And it's going to be the Hoops' ball position. The Hoops Riders still have a chance to catch up, and they really need to play so calm and and Kepler's bench is not too happy with the call from the ref. But then they revisited what they did and they decided to give the position to Kepler. Nelly playing with Koulibaly. Koulibaly back to Nelly. Nelly facing a tough defense there. Swings the ball to Deborah. Deborah playing with Nelly Akaliza. Goes out for a 2-point jumper, but the shot was too strong to go. That's Nelly, swings the ball to Vivin, goes out for a 3. Ash can't get it to go. And that's a push and fall on Quitonda Nicole number 24, and it's gonna be the Hoops' ball position. That was a good chemistry going on. But Vivin wasn't able to convert. Still, the ball position is gonna be for the Hoops. 40-33 is the score. 4 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. That's gonna be pushing full on quick Honda made by Nelly. Back-to-back falls there by Nelly Akaliza. Very good rebound there by Koulibaly Kadiatu, been playing a big role there in the paint. That was a very good defense there by Teza Ibengo, trying to stop the bounce pass there to Epifani. Nelly Akaliza attempting a three-point shot, and she drains it there at the corner. And that's 43 to 33. Kepler extending the lead to 10 good points. Only 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining on the clock, and that's a very beautiful defense there by Kepler. Epifani there on a fast break, and she gets it smoothly. Wow, what a performance there by Kepler. 45 to 32 is the score. That was a very much needed timeout to the Hoops Women Basketball Club. They really need to find a way they can catch up because the lead extended to 12 points, and they really need to fight so hard within these 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining on the clock. And they find a solution towards this if they're gonna use their centers. I mean, Ibengo and Chuzo Rebecca so very much in these last minutes to see if they can try to play in the paint so very much and get some free throws, or if they're gonna be kicking the ball outside to see if they can play beyond the arc. But they really attempted so very much on the 3-point line, and it wasn't connecting. So they need to find another play they can do so as to catch up, because Kepler Women Basketball Club been using the paint so very much with the presence of those 3 centers that they used. That was a very good idea from the coach, which even pushed him to dominate today and to lead the game with 12 good points. These have never happened before, and today they really bounced back stronger, and they learned from the mistakes they did last time, and today they brought some changes in the court, and the players are back in the court. Even there, attempting a 2-point bucket. Ash can't get it to go. And that's Weston with the ball, facing a tough defense. Rebecca chooses over there. And that's going to be a shot clock violation on the hoops. Kepler really playing a tough defense on the hoops, and they're still struggling to get some points. And that's Nelly Sanzawaganwa there at the top of the key, trying to make a play, playing with Koulibaly. Koulibaly playing with Hope Butera. That's going to be a steal there. Teza Ibengo doing the handoff there with Pitonda Nicole. Nicole playing with Vestine. Vestine playing with Bengo. Bengo goes up for a 2-point jumper, and she gets it. And that's going to be 35 to 45. The lead coming back to 10 points. Butera swings the ball to Sanzawaganwa. That was an attempt by Koulibaly Kadiatu there in the corner, fighting with the seconds. Just can't get it to go. That's going to be a foul on Pitonda Nicole, and she's going to strike for 2 charity shots. 35 to 45 is the score. Kepler almost claiming their win today. Semifinals being tough. And the first one was too strong. Voy a andar. And it's gonna be the Hoops' ball position. Only 1 minute and 58 seconds remaining on the clock for this last quarter of the game. That's Bastian with the ball, passes it to Vivian. Vivian to number 12. Can also play with Piton. Then Nicole goes up for a deep shot and she gets it. And that's gonna be 39-45. The Hoops can change the story tonight. They are really fighting so hard to see if they can catch up. And that's a turnover on Kepler's side. And they've got a chance to get the position. And that's going to be a substitution there on Epiphany as Izerimana Dian comes back in the court. 39-45 is the score. Only 1 minute and 38 seconds on the clock remaining. Kitonda Nicole passes the ball to Feza Ibengo. Ibengo playing with Vestine. Vestine swings the ball to Vivian. Vivian playing with Kitonda Nicole. Kitonda Nicole playing with Feza Ibengo. Ibengo to Camoso. And that's a fall on her, and she's gonna shoot 2 free throws there on the free throw line. The Hoops fighting so hard to see if they can stand a chance to win this game. If Camoso can make them 2, if she sinks them all, she's gonna push her team to only fighting with removing 4 points lead. And the first one is off the target. And she sinks the last one, and that's gonna be 40-45. Only 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining in this last quarter. The Hoops fighting so hard to see if they can play it overtime. Zerimana down there trying to play with Sanzalaganwa. A tough defense there from Sanzalaganwa. And that's gonna be a rebound there. And that's a tough defense from Camoso. That's gonna be a travel by Diane. Diane, who did a lot of travels today. And that's gonna be a timeout for the Hoops Women Basketball Club. I hope this coach who was telling the players that it's not over. They really need to play a tough defense on them as they are playing the last seconds. He was telling them to be aggressive in terms of defense. And I think KEPLER's coach is actually trying to tell her players that they really have to play their seconds, that they have to keep the ball instead of attempting or doing another fall, because the Hoops would get an opportunity to go back on the free throw line. Maybe if they sink like 2 or even 1, they might find a way of actually playing beyond the arc to see if they can get a 3. Even there with the ball, looking for Kitonda Nicole. Nicole there goes up, but that was a rejection there. at the center. Zayman at the end there playing with Hobutera. Hobutera looking for Koulibaly, Kadiatu with Nelly. Nelly playing with Butera. Hope they're actually trying to play their seconds. Exactly, that's what I was saying. They really had to keep that ball. And that is the end of the game. Congratulations to Kepler for winning the second game of the semi-finals. And now it's a 1-1 game. Both teams have been struggling to score today, but Kepler today in the third quarter really did an amazing job. A tough defense there on the hoops, and then today they even stood a chance to win the game. So they used all the possible ways to see if they can win the game today, and they did it. Congratulations to Kepler once again for a well-deserved win. Last time they lost on 10 points. Today they won with 10 points. And let me take you through the full-time stats of the game today. Today, the Hoops got 19 points from the turnovers. They got 19 second chance points. They got 8 bench points, and they get 26 points in the paint. They get also 8 fast break points. And for the field goals, it was 30% for Kepler to 20%, whereby the three-pointers for the Hoops today, it was very, very poor, 3% to 13%. And for the rebounds, it was 58 to 53 for Kepler. They really did an amazing job there in the paint. And for the assists, it was 13 to 13. And for the steals, the Hoops today, as I was mentioning during the game, they've got a lot of steals, but to make them productive was still an issue for them to be solved. And for the steals, Kepler made 2. And for the free throws, Kepler got 8 in 15. And for the Hoops, they got 5 free throws in 14. Both teams been struggling to score today, but Kepler decided to use 3 centers to see if they can use the paint more than shooting beyond the arc, and that has been very, very productive to them. The Hoops today really did an amazing job in doing defense, but when it comes to offense, they were not productive because taking 15 steals and not making at least 10 of them productive with the 2 points. That was a very tough loss on them. And ladies and gentlemen, let's take a break. We are coming back here for the second game of the day. Rwanda Energy Group facing APR. And the first game was won by Rwanda Energy Group. And today, APR really have to come logged in and to see if they can also get one. As it happened today, the Hoops took the first win, but the second win was for Kepler today. And that's what the playoffs really looks like. They really have to fight so hard. And they push themselves to their very best and to see if they can advance to the finals. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Okapi Sport Network. Let's take a break. We are coming back for the second game of the day, APR versus Rwanda Energy Group. And I've seen a lot of people in the comments asking if they're going to watch APR also versus RSSB Tigers in men's category, as well as Break versus Patriots. Yes, of course, you're going to be watching them today at OSN, and the games are going to take place here at PETIT Stade Remera.